Hello world, this is a Dragoon up to level 70 guy. This is Shadowbringers 5.1. Welcome to a Dragoon Skill Spotlight. Level 62, we get Sonic Thrust. It delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all enemies in a straight line before you. Combo action, after your Doom Spike, it does 200 potency instead. Extends Blood of the Dragon duration by 10 seconds to a maximum of 30 seconds. It is instant cast with weapon skill global cooldown. Now, just like Doom Spike, make sure you are at melee range, auto-attacking something while you toss these guys out. At level 64, we get Lance Mastery, allows for the immediate execution of Wheeling Thrust after landing Fang and Claw, and vice versa, Fang and Claw after landing Wheeling Thrust. It increases potency by 100 for the subsequent weapon skill. So if you go from Wheeling Thrust to Fang and Claw's potency goes up to 100, vice versa. At level 66, we get Dragon Sight, grants Right Eye to Self, increasing damage dealt by 10%. It is instant cast with 120 second off global. Now, if used on another target in your party, it will give them the left eye. It increases damage dealt by 5% to them, as long as the target is within 10 yalm distance. Duration of 20 seconds. After using Dragon Sight, if the tether disappears for whatever reason and the duration is still up, don't worry about it, just go ahead and rejoin your partner and the tether will continue. At level 68, we get Mirage Dive, delivers an attack with a potency of 300. It is instant cast with a 1 second off global. Additional effect strengthens the gaze of your dragon gauge by 1 if under the effect of either Blood of the Dragon or Life of the Dragon. Can only be executed when dive ready. So dive ready is basically anytime you use your regular jump, just the regular jump. And from level 70, we get Life of the Dragon. While your hue is blue and you are in the Blood of the Dragon, your hue turns to red after 2 Mirage Dives being used. But you do need to use that Gear Skogul. So you use the Gear Skogul, it turns red, and then you can use Nastrond immediately afterwards. Now, while your hue is red, you're in Life of the Dragon. This does not get reset after using certain weapon skills that I've mentioned before. You are stuck to 30 seconds. Make sure you toss 3 Nostrands before this guy expires, because that is the optimal use of Nostrands, 3 times before it expires. Now once it expires, it'll go back to blue, and then you'll just revert back until you get those 2 Mirage Dives to basically rinse and repeat. Now for your single target constant, it has changed in up to level 70, so let's go ahead and start off with our Blood of the Dragon. Let's do the True Thrust into the Disembowel. Let's go ahead and do the rear. Stay at the rear for Chaos Thrust, and finish it with Wheeling Thrust. And now let's swap to the flank for Fang and Claw. Stay at the flank for True Thrust, into the Vorpal Thrust. Don't forget the Life Surge, into the Full Thrust. Stay at the flank for Fang and Claw, then swap to rear for Wheeling Thrust. And that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and start the beginning again. True Thrust, Disembowel, Chaos Thrust, Wheeling Thrust, swap to the flank for Fang and Claw, True Thrust, stay at flank, Vorpal Thrust, Full Thrust, and our Fang and Claw, and then move back to the rear for Wheeling Thrust. This has been your single constant. This is going to be your single target opener. Blood of the Dragon into Lance Charge, Piercing Talon. Let's do Battle Litany into True Thrust, Dragon Sight, Disembowel into Jump, Chaos Thrust into Mirage Dive, Wheeling Thrust into Gear Skogul, Flank for Fang and Claw into Spine Shatter, True Thrust into the Dragonfire, Vorpal Thrust, Life Surge into the Full Thrust, stay at flank for Fang and Claw, go to rear for Wheeling Thrust. Let's go ahead and do that True Thrust again, Disembowel, Chaos Thrust into the Wheeling Thrust, go to the flank for the Fang and Claw. Let's start off again with the True Thrust into the Jump, Vorpal Thrust into the Mirage Dive, Full Thrust into the Gear Skogel, stay at flank for Fang and Claw into Nastrond, and go rear for Wheeling Thrust. Let's start off with our Blood of the Dragon into the Lance Charge, Piercing Talon, Battle Litany into the True Thrust, Dragon Sight into Disembowel, let's do the Jump into our first Doom Spike, Life Surge, Mirage Dive into the Sonic Thrust, Gear Skogel into the second Doom Spike, Dragon Fire Dive, Sonic Thrust, Spine Shatter, and then from here just keep doing the Doom Spike into the Sonic Thrust, and remember to stay at melee so you're always auto-attacking something. This will be your Life of the Dragon traits off global ability priority. Do this in order throughout rotation. So let's do the Jump into Mirage Dive into Gear Skogel, repeat, Jump, Mirage Dive, Gear Skogel, and then you're going to do Nastrond, repeat 2 more times, and then repeat from the beginning, Jump, Mirage Dive, Gear Skogel, etc. Alrighty, this is going to be the, I believe I forgot to say this last time, the St. Mocianne's Arboretum, I think that's how you pronounce that. This is the hard version. This is going to be the Dragoon up level 70 dungeon guide, and as always, if I mess up on the rotation, my bad. I can't exactly play every single job every single time, but I will sure as hell try my best. Well, to remember the rotation anyways. Get my buff going. Is that it? Okay, I'm going to stay near the black mage here. Got my life surge. Let's see if I can hit this guy over there. There it is. Let's look away from that. Head back into it. Black mage is a bit far behind. I can still reach him with it. Did not mean to go that far, but I did reposition myself fast. Let me get close. He's not getting close to me. That's one of the concerns while you're playing Dragoon. The other DPS, especially if they're casters, they have a plan of their own, a vendetta of their own. You can't always count on them staying at melee with you. Let me burn this before I lose it. I'm gonna pop another one right here, because I don't think I'll have enough time to actually do one. Get that life surge, let me stay at flank. Let me use it on the tank this time. Oh, wrong rotation. Oh well, let's finish it. I was supposed to use the wheeling thrust there. I've been hopping around between levels that I forgot the rotation. That looks like a tank buster. I'm waiting for the jump first. There we go. No, wrong position, huh? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're basically just teetering back and forth between the two sets. So as far as the constant goes, it's pretty standard. It's a lot easier than 60, that's for sure. A lot easier to remember. Alright, that looks like a one of those guys. Let me pop my true north here. And jump. No tank, no limit break. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's wheeling thrust, fang and claw, do the next rotation, fang and claw, wheeling thrust, back and forth, back and forth. And the AoE is pretty simple, straightforward as well. Well, you guys have a good one. We'll see you guys next time for next guide.